Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Trey with G Squared Tactical. Hope y'all are doing great today. We were finally able to put our hands on one of these all-new models from Canik this year at SHOT Show 2022. The Canik Rival was unveiled, chambered in 9mm. This is quite possibly one of the best pistols that Canik has come out with. And I would argue with a lot of you, and you know, everybody has their favorite pistol. Canik is probably my favorite series of pistols, so I hope you don't take this review as me being biased, but I'm just going to say some facts about this pistol, and I'm going to tell you why I prefer it, why I really like this pistol, so I hope you enjoy it. So to kind of start out with, I'm going to talk about what everybody enjoys most about Canik, and that is this trigger. So this is just a beautiful diamond cut aluminum trigger. The reset on this, oh my gosh, did you hear that click? Because I did. It's just so beautiful, like a 3.5 pound trigger pull. It has a gold safety in the center, so you know if you don't activate that, then you cannot pull the trigger back on this firearm, firing the pistol. It doesn't have a manual safety or a grip safety, so this is really your only safety that you're provided with. Kind of one of the cons in my opinion, but there's so many beautiful things about this trigger. One of them being the reset, very, very short take up, if any at all, along with that final 3.5 pound trigger pull. A beautiful crisp break. You can hear it from a mile away. That's one of the things that in the earlier videos of this YouTube channel, we would always compare these trigger resets, these breaks, to that of a Glock, and we would always say that we could hear that reset audibly through our ear protection when we were at the range, when we were dry firing, whatever we were doing. We could always hear that audible reset, and I assure you that is the exact same, if not more pronounced, with this Canik series. So this series, being the Canik Rival SFx, Canik has combined all the great features from their TP9 series and their Mate series, and they formed one beautiful pistol known now as the Canik Rival. Comes in two different colors. One of them being the Rival Gray, and then the Rival Dark Side, the blackout edition, if you will. That's what they call it, is the Dark Side. Now, there are a couple other features that the Dark Side offers that we'll get into later, but in my opinion, I think this one is probably the most aesthetically pleasing. Some people don't really think that it is aesthetically pleasing because of everything that it has going on with it, and I can kind of agree with that. There is a lot going on with this pistol, but there's also, because of that, a lot to admire about this pistol. You have a lot of ambidextrous features, which are super attractive to a lefty, wrong-handed person such as myself. One of the main ambidextrous features that I benefit from most with these Canik pistols would be this mag release. So just yesterday, as a matter of fact, or recently, takes two people to do it. It is very difficult, but can be done. Switch this magazine release around. Now, you know, so it's obviously a lot easier for me to access this magazine release being a lefty with my left thumb than it is to use my index finger of my left hand because, you know, shooting righty, my thumb is going to naturally be on the right side of this pistol. So I really like that. We'll put up another video if all of you kind of want to see that about how to switch it around, but I know that I really like that feature. I also like the ambidextrous slide lock on this pistol. So it's always good to have ambidextrous features because you never know what kind of situation you're going to find yourself in. Be it one where you're kind of restricted to use one of your thumbs, one of your fingers, and you can always have that option of reaching around to the other side. So I really like that as far as ambidextrous features are concerned. As far as sights go, it does have a front fiber optic. They are adjustable sights. We did have a sight on here before we put this Leopold, just a beautiful, you know, reflex on this pistol, but it is adjustable in the rear for windage. You can also bring it up and down depending on what you are finding yourself shooting. So I really like that feature. I always love adjustable things on pistols, adjustable features on pistols. Making our way down the grip, they've really kind of done something, I want to say special, but I've said that so much already, you guys probably aren't taking me serious at this point, but it's a special kind of grip texture. So you do get 3 different back straps, which I'll show you everything that came in the box, but so you get 3 different back straps on this pistol, a small, a medium, and a large. And then on the sides, you kind of start to experience a little bit rough texture from a beautiful stippling job that Canik has done, very similar to other models such as the TP9 and the Mate series. But then on the front is just a, if you can all hear that, is just a very aggressive stippling job that has been done. Now, I will say this, that if I'm going to sweat while I'm shooting, which is rare because I tend to not go out to the range and drop a couple thousand rounds, but I hope to one day be able to do that. And, you know, we'll revisit this feature once we get to that point. But I will say this, that whenever you sweat, you start to lose grip. This pistol being designed to shoot competition, shoot a lot of rounds all at once in one day, you're going to start to experience some of that sweating that I'm discussing. You're going to start experiencing some of that, and you're going to really be thankful for that incredibly aggressive stippling job. So because of that, I like that feature. I will say this, that it is possible that it could snag on some of your clothing if you do decide to maybe OWB carry this pistol in the winter months, or whenever you choose to OWB carry this. If it is your carry pistol, there's a good chance it could snag somewhat. Working our way down again, you have this flared magwell that is semi-common to a lot of Canik pistols, such as the Mate series. So they also had this flared magwell on the bottom, a beautiful job done by Canik, because, you know, they just take a lot of pride in their features, I suppose. But cool because it has its name engraved on the side. Also cool because you can remove it just simply by taking the star key that is provided to you in the little gun that I'll show you in a little bit as well. But you can just simply slide this flared magwell off if you don't want it on there. So a cool feature there. You also receive some texture on the front of this trigger guard, as well as beautiful undercuts on the bottom of this trigger guard. So cool features whenever you are worried about where you're going to hold your pistol, how you're going to hold it, if you're going to be able to get a good grip on it. I assure you that there are so many beautiful grip points about this pistol. You're going to be able to get a good purchase no matter what. Working our way up to the slide, which is what I'm sure most of you have been looking at this whole time. It is one of the, in my opinion, most eye-drawing features of this pistol. You have beautiful engraving on the side, SFx Rival, Canik. Obviously, they engrave all of their slides and they say Canik on the side, which, okay, you know, not that big of a deal. If you like the brand, you like the brand, and you're not going to complain. You receive a lot of slide cuts on this pistol. They kind of interfere with the front slide serrations, but not really a big deal because you're really eliminating that weight in the front of this slide, and you're also allowing that heat transfer to more easily take place. So overall, you're looking at about a 8.1 inch overall length, 5.7 inches tall, with a 5-inch barrel. So it's a full size 9mm pistol. And on, you know, the Mate, you have your cuts in your slide, so you receive a little bit of heat transfer ease, I suppose. Really cool features. You also receive some cutouts in the bottom of your slide on that old SFx, on the old TP9, I'm sorry, the Mate. On the TP9 SFx, you kind of have similar cutouts in the top of your slide. So essentially, they kind of went above and beyond the Call of Duty to make sure that heat transfer is not being held up or prohibited by anything in this case. No matter how many rounds you shoot through it, it's going to be able to breathe. It's going to be able to transfer that heat more readily. So overall, this pistol weighs in at about 30 ounces, 29.5 ounces, and that is without a loaded magazine, with which you do receive 2 18-round magazines from the factory. So pretty cool. You do not receive, however, a +3 extension on one of those magazines. So I was actually quite surprised to find out that we would not be receiving one of those. It's possible that maybe you get that in the blackout edition. I know one thing, whenever I first picked this pistol up, Gene asked me if, he was like, so I'm assuming that like most pistols that Canik comes out with that have optic ready slides and cutouts, you lose your rear sight, so you can't co-witness. So if my reflex died, if it broke, whatever the case may be, I'm going to be left without anything. I'm going to be shooting in the dark. That is the case with this new Rival. However, on the Blackout series, you do have the ability to maintain that rear sight. So a really cool feature that you can co-witness. You do get a different magazine. You do get a different holster. It is still an outside the waistband right-handed holster, so not really functional for me being a lefty. Maybe I should try to switch that up because everybody says I'm wrong-handed. Probably not going to, but if Canik keeps on coming out with right-handed holsters, I don't know what choice I'm going to have. So, and then, you know, you also receive your other 18-round magazine. As I was saying, you do get 2 of these with the purchase of this pistol. They do come equipped with these plastic butt plates. However, you can switch those out with the aluminum plates that you receive. A little bit heavier plates, but a lot more durable. So if you're going to be mag dropping, if you're going to be running this gun at its highest potential, really running it through its paces and shooting a lot of rounds rather quickly, you're probably going to want to have a more durable butt plate on your magazines. So kind of cool. You do get a speed mag loader. However, you know, most Caniks have come with that. So I'm always a fan of everything that these Canik pistols come with because they always come in this beautiful case. It did come with 4 different optic cutouts. The Blackout edition comes with 5, so you do receive another on top of the 4. So the 4 being for different footprints that you might experience when finding an optic that you like the most. So you're not limited to optic plates. You're not limited to whatever optic plate you can find online. A lot of pistols like the Beretta APX-1 that we just picked up, you have to order an optic plate separately. It's like $30. And even in that case, you only get one specific optic footprint that will fit that. A pain in the butt. But you get that, you get all of these other features for an MSRP of about $800 with this new Canik Rival. I do understand it's a full-size pistol, but there's also like the subcompact that are more compact ready and more compact friendly. You do get a cleaning brush as well as a ramrod, so really cool features that come with this pistol, as do all Caniks, because they want you to keep your firearms clean. They understand the importance of it, and that is something that I love. I love that about Canik. I think that I mean, they don't provide gun oil or bore cleaner or anything like that, but the amount of American gun manufacturers that do not provide that makes you wonder if they kind of got a little hand in the pot with some of those cleaning companies, but whatever, not my fight. You do have the other 2 back straps like I was telling you about, so they are numbered. Really cool. You know, you can kind of customize it to how you want it to fit. So I customized mine. I moved that magazine release to the other side. I can customize this back strap. You do get a punch, so pretty cool, as well as different fiber optic front sight reticles. As most pistols that have fiber optics come with, you do get 2 of those, a red and a green, whichever one you pick up the best, I suppose. Finally, as we talked about in the Matei series pistol review that we did, which is when they first unveiled this little miniature pistol, this mini Canik, it is a tool, so you can use this front. What it looks like is a threaded barrel is actually a socket for a tool that is within this little mini Canik. So a really cool feature. But, you know, again, I just overall am amazed with the features that Canik puts on these pistols without even having to open this box. And, you know, as I've spoke about, just overly infatuated with this new Canik. Love all the features that it's come with. I love the fact that it comes with a charging handle that you can mount to the side of this optic plate. So as you can see, this if I'm not mistaken, was not included in the Matei series. Was included, however, with the original TP9 SFx series. So, you know, overall, really looking forward to the ownership of this gun, which I have not been able to say that much whenever it comes to other pistols, like, you know, Glocks, anything like that. There's a lot of guns, especially when you start to own a couple guns, more than one, you just kind of lose that zeal, that want and desire, you know, to continue the ownership of that gun, because it's so bland. The Glock is so bland. But this Canik, like, so many different things in just this model in comparison to last year's model. And, you know, I really appreciate that. I like the fact that they kind of keep it spicy, if you will. And I hope you do too. Again, the MSRP of this pistol is about $800. I think it's worth every freaking penny. And I hope you can find one in the store. I hope you can pick one up. You might have to wait outside with all the other guys that are trying to find these. But if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and set your alerts for upcoming videos we have. Thanks for watching.